are, bottom of the Smash Mountain. I would like to thank my patrons over at patreon.com/BSMPod for continuing to support me in what I'm doing. And today I'm very, very honored, very pleased to have a legend of the Melee community, someone who put forth an extraordinary project and video series on YouTube all the way back in 2006, the Advanced How to Play, parentheses, SSBM, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3, and all these years later, even getting noticed from the likes of Alston Melee at the number 6 slot of 10 unsung heroes of the Melee community. This is Wak017. Wak, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm glad to be here. Okay, just one question. I forgot to ask you, is this live or is this pre-recorded?
Pre-recorded.
All right, cool. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so what's the right way to... I'm not confident enough to stream live, so I'm very good with pre-recording stuff.
Okay, well, that would have been a pretty good idea, I think, to try it today or something, but it's okay. Let's
yeah, no worries.
Another time.
One thing that I'll say, if there's a next time, Wak, we can do a live stream on your side on your twitch.tv/Wak017 for anybody interested in checking that out. Link in the description below of the podcast or the YouTube video you're watching. So it's I've done that before with a couple of other people. I don't normally suggest it because I don't want to, like, what's the word? I don't want to invite myself onto somebody else's stream if they don't feel comfortable doing that.
yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, I stream every now and then. It's like it's always when I feel like it, when I have like some spare time to do. Because let's be honest, like we've seen the leaks of Twitch recently during September or something like that. I think, or August, I don't remember. But yeah, the statistics are really like savage. I think only 8,000 people make minimum wage or better out of everyone streaming. So like it's an impossible dream. Like everyone wants to be a streamer. Everyone, like you see your big streamer, you're like, man, looks so easy to play video games every day, but like, nah, it's not gonna happen, bro.
It's very top heavy. You're right, because there's only so many people who tune in to watch, and you look at it and you say, but there's millions of people watching, but then there are thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of streamers, like people who stream at least a couple of times a month.
Yeah.
So for the people who really want to make it, you have to commit full-time hours to it. I mean, that can be a good spot to start, since that seems to be of interest to you, Wak. Did you ever try to make it big on Twitch, or is it more of a hobby to you at this point?
I tried for like 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, I tried for 2 weeks, okay? I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to make it a job. Okay, let's go with it. Let's like put the alarm in the morning and have your cup of coffee, do from 11 to 4, let's see what happened. And I was playing Mario Maker at that point. And it felt at some point, it felt like a job. It's funny how, like, when you play video games alone, like in your living room or something, you play video games and like you can stop whenever you want, and that's the part that makes it a video game and fun to play. It's like you can stop whenever you want. But when you sit here and like you are the entertainer, like you're not entertained by people on Twitch, you are the entertainer, and like it's weird to be on the other side, and it quickly felt like a job. So I dropped it immediately. and good for that, because honestly, like even though you even if you put all your time into it, like 12 hours a day, even if you like go naked, eat stuff you would never eat otherwise, just to make some subscribers and stuff, you still have no chance of making it. Like maybe you're gonna get like 200 300 viewers, or maybe some more subscribers, like 250 subscribers and stuff like that, but like that's still not enough to make a living out of it. So yeah, it's really a dream. I wish it was more like Okay, the only thing I would change about Twitch is, like, let's say you have your followings. Well, it's always gonna be the most viewers on top, and then it goes down. But like, I don't always feel like watching the big streamers. They ignore me anyway. And when I go down, the more the smaller streamer,
Yes.
like they have like 10, 15 viewers,
Yeah.
then it becomes like more interesting. I feel like it. I feel like because there's more interaction. You can like, you know, talk with them. They're gonna answer because like you what you say is not just, it's not just gonna go like them
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this,
yeah.
and then
Like a
like,
mango
okay.
stream. You might as well not even try.
Yeah, chat goes so fast, nobody sees that I'm gay, and like you type that, you and like nobody sees it. The famous copy pasta.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
I like what you're saying that when you go to a smaller streamer, they are paying attention to chat more because it goes much slower. And then it gets to a point where you need to have dedicated mods to help you with chapping degenerate bunch of peoples and being careful about cultivating your community. You have to think about like a certain brand that you present, an image, and like the different things that you do, how your viewers will sort of react to it. You quickly start to realize that it's not just pressing the live button on OBS Studios and just playing video games. So a lot of like it's a lot of social interacting, even if it's through a screen, that you have to sort of nail and nail quickly because those people might drop in a raid, or they might be doing what you do, which is, oh, a smaller streamer, I'll check this out, and they'll quickly be gone within 30 seconds because you're not on all the time, because you can't be like such a big entertaining person
Yeah,
for eight
especially
hours straight,
if there's nobody watching at the top of it, like
right?
you're not gonna talk to yourself and be super entertaining for like 4 hours waiting for like that one guy who's gonna pop in, and he actually like misclicked his favorite streamer instead, and like he fell on me, and like he went on the ad and like was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out.
Oh, I wanted Wak017.
Oh yeah. Oh, that fucker, dude. I hate that guy. Always get all the viewers. Funny because okay, the first stream ever that I had, okay, uh, it was a Mario Maker one. I was quite often on another stream. The streamer was Shun. He's a Japanese guy, pretty good at Mario Maker, one of the best out there easily. And he knew me. He knew me because I was also one of the very very good Mario Maker player. And so I went live on the first time, okay, and I was kind of stressed out. I was like, how is it to be on the other side? Have you ever streamed? I'm pretty sure you did, but I'm asking.
No, I have
Oh, you
only
have never
done like
streamed?
a fake live stream. I pressed the live button and I was trying to do things, but I didn't have anything set up. I'm pretty sure the viewer only saw like a gray, like like no signal kind of thing. So that does not count.
You were the equivalent of like between two channels with your CRT, like between the three
Yes.
and the four, like that was your channel for
Uh-huh.
like a couple of seconds.
Yep.
So yeah, but I was kind of prepared, but still not prepared enough, I guess. You're never prepared for your first time, okay? You're never prepared. That applies for a lot of things in life, but anyway. So I was streaming and stuff, and I was 2 hours in, and like there was probably like 3 or 4 viewers, like the usual first time streaming, and I got a raid, 400 people by Shun. Bone.
400.
Yeah, 400. My face went red, my dude, red. But red, I was like, Shun, are you for real, dude? Are you for real? Like, I wasn't
Oh
ready.
yeah. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
chat went like crazy. Well, crazy for 400 viewers. I mean, it was not like Beyond the Summit Smash 74,000 people fast, but anyway. And yeah, I went crazy. Like I was like so stressed out, and at the top of it, my Nightbot was programmed to ban everyone who's spamming emotes. And so
Oh.
everyone in chat got banned because everyone, like, Shun told them to spam some emotes, so they went all on my channel and they got all banned because of my nightbot. So like it was a warm welcome to everybody for my first stream. Like, welcome in everybody, and also just everybody got banned. Took me a while to unban everybody.
That's a great first story of a stream. I think I would not fare much better than you, honestly, because I know why you decided to have the Nightbot ban users who would spam emotes, because I don't need that energy in my life. That's exhausting. But they're trying to be
Well,
supportive and to be like, yeah, Shun sent us, woo! But
yeah,
Nightbot,
it's more about like when you are a small streamer, you're more bound to spam stuff, and I've seen spam before, so you can have this. You, I think you have this option on Nightbot that lets you like let Nightbot decide whether or not it's more spam or something. Like
mm-hmm.
Nightbot is going to be the boss of you, the boss of your chat. And I think I just clicked okay, just go for it. You know, it was my first time, but then I removed it, and
And that's like the
the
whole
more you know.
thing, right? Because after a while, instead of having Nightbot, you would just have mods who, when you go live, they're with you and hanging out. That is just a wild concept to me, because some streamers have very long hours and schedules, and because of the community building they've done, they've gotten, like 5 or 10 people who can drop in and be mods throughout the entire stream, and that's a whole different level that I never feel like I would be able to get to. It's very impressive for the ones who manage to rise out of the 99.9% and become a 0.01er. Those are some really hard workers and lucky people.
Well, they're hard workers, but okay, for the wrong places. Because being a mod for a streamer is like okay, like you do it for free first, very
Yeah.
often, I would guess. But
No, I'm
also,
sure.
I think also like most of them are people they already know in real life.
Right.
That was my first. I think on my first stream, I asked my friend to come and mod my channel. But like at the same time, you don't even need a mod. When you have like 10 viewers, you don't need a mod, except if you're speed running and
Mhm.
like, I watch s- um, every now and then a guy doing 100% Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time
Oh, wow.
glitchless, takes him 6 hours. But like I'm not watching the whole thing, of course. But like this guy needs some mods because he can't just stop and mod his channel. But yeah, when you're a small stream, like you don't really need mods.
You've played a bunch of different games just based on the media that's available from someone who drops in on your Twitch page. And so it doesn't seem like Melee was a first love for gaming by any means, but back in the beginning days of you getting into gaming, what were some of the first games you remember playing?
Oh my god, I was a Nintendo guy, Mario guy, Zelda guy. I played the Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past back in the days. I played a lot of it, and I remember I was missing one piece of heart, one quarter,
One?
1/4 of a heart. Like every time I was playing this goddamn game, I missed one heart, and then I got the internet in 1994 or
Ooh, let's
something.
go.
And then I could like Google. No, Google didn't even exist then.
Yeah, yeah,
Back
yeah.
then, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Google was not there yet.
Not yet.
So like, but I searched on the internet and I could find where the last piece of art were. So, but yeah, I was a lot of a Nintendo guy. I remember like I don't know if okay, maybe most of the your audience is maybe a bit too young for that. But okay, I had a NES console, like the fat rectangle gray one, you know,
The
the
OG, like
oh yeah, the
Mario
yeah
1985. Yeah.
yeah, not aesthetic at all. Like the square, like your controller was like that, like, and then you were playing with the like rectangle controller.
I played on one before.
Not
It's really cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
own it, but I've gotten to play on one. It's like it just feels like you're holding history in it, but it's still really fun. Like it's still really fun even today to play on like an original NES console.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's more about like the design to put on a backpack, like you know the
Yeah.
NES controller. You put it in a backpack, and yeah, now you're retro, and now you're cool, and now you're hot.
They go away,
But
but they come
yeah,
back.
yeah. Okay, back then, there was still like game piracy, I would say, and you could have like some cartridges that had like 260 games on it, like on
Ooh,
one
let's go.
cartridge. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I have. I think for the
Okay.
Nintendo 64, they called it Game Shark, where you could just throw like almost all or maybe all the N64 games somehow into one cartridge. I mean, I have an EverDrive
Really?
64.
Oh, I never tried that.
Yep.
I never heard of that.
The EverDrive 64 is one cartridge that goes into the Nintendo 64, but there's an SD card slot built into this cartridge, and you can put any Nintendo 64 game through
Uh,
the computer into the SD card,
that's
and
smart.
bam, you're good to go.
That
I
is
play
smart.
Smash Remix that way. The modded Smash 64 build. It's really fun.
That is smart. But yeah, so they were making cartridges with a shit ton of video games in it. It wasn't really 260 games. I had that cartridge with 260 games, but actually, like from 100, like it was actually 100, and then it was another 100 of games that were like the same games but with Game Shark codes that you could add like infinite lives in your Mario game or something, and then another like 60 games that were not even working. So yeah, that was the days, man. That was the days, and yeah. Yeah, that's as far as I can remember, honestly. Playing Mario 3 with my friends back in the days.
So it must have been a wild story when the Nintendo 64 drops and all of a sudden it's four people on one console. Never again with the two player at a time, or you have to take turns playing Super Mario Brothers. You can play Mario Kart, you can play Smash Brothers, you can play GoldenEye. Was that peak gaming moment as well for you?
Well, you needed more friends all of a sudden.
Oh,
all
right.
all
No,
consoles were like two player,
no,
and
that's
now
me
all of a
too
sudden,
sometimes.
like you have to say yes to your sister who wants to play. All of a sudden, like you know, you're playing with your friend, and like your sister comes in and she's like, "I want to play," and you're like, "Fuck, we have a third controller. We can't say no." But yeah, it was amazing when the N64 came out. I think it was the last console that I got within the first year it came out.
Oh,
Yeah, because I was getting too old to get my console. So like the GameCube when it came out, I was like just too old to get it on Christmas. So yeah, I was still what game did I have on the N64 though? I didn't even have a Smash 64. Like it wasn't even
Ocarina
a
of
game.
Time.
Nope, not even. No, I
Oh,
don't even remember what game I had on the N64. Holy shit. I think I had Majora's Mask. Yeah, okay.
Majora's Mask. Nice.
Yeah, that game freaked me out as a kid.
No, that's same. So it's a great game, but yeah, but as a kid, like it's a lot to go through, especially the some of the opening cutscenes. You're like, what's going on?
Oh yeah. It's well, I think I was like too young to understand some things, but like I don't know if people remember when you're in the Ikena Canyon, I think, and you have to help the father who became a mummy.
Yeah.
Uh, he was mummified, and
Yep.
like that was kind of terrifying as a kid.
The
Not
game
gonna
doesn't
lie.
tell you what to do, and after that cutscene happens, you're like, I don't know what to frickin' do with this. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, and but I remember I was going to my friend's place because he had Smash 64 though, and like it was so amazing. Like I don't know why I like the game. Like at first glance, I love Smash 64. and I was like, okay, I love this game, and I was beating my friend and all his brothers, older brothers, and everything. And I was like, yeah, I don't even have the game, and I beat everyone. Like the feeling, like, okay, I think it's the feeling that like, okay, but maybe not as much today as back then, because back then the internet was not really a thing, and so was like there was no Smash Online, so like you could only be the best of your crew, you know. So
Best in
yeah, it
the
was
neighborhood, best in your family, like your
yeah,
immediate
yeah.
social circle, or best at your school at best, right?
Yeah, exactly. You never like it was nice because back then when you started playing against somebody that like somebody at school, okay, you hear that guy at school saying, "Oh, I'm super good at Super Smash Bros." And you hear the guy and you're like, "Well, I don't know. I've never been beaten before as well." So like it was always like a clash of I have no idea how good this guy is and he has no idea how good I am, and like we meet up, and at best we become friends, and like we can start playing together, or at worst somebody beats the shit out of somebody else, and like you never hear of this guy again. But yes, that was interesting because I don't feel like today is like this anymore. Like you don't hear any people coming into the community and saying, "Well, I'm the best out there, and like I'm gonna beat everyone here." It doesn't happen anymore. It was happening like at least once a week back then
Yeah.
in my life, like at school or like on the oh my god, what was the name? Jeuxvideo.com. That was a website for French people, and a lot of people came in the forum. It was a forum, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm super good. Who's out there to play me?" And, yeah, I did travel a lot because of that too. Because of the that website jeuxvideo.com for French. It was Quebec and France as well. And I met some people that lived 2 hours away from me because they were like, I'm the best out there, and from my end, I was starting to get like somewhat really good. I was the best at my school. I was the best at like another school nearby, and I was like kind of unbeatable. So I kind of went uh, in all of Quebec back then. It was okay. I'm talking about 2005. Okay, 2005. It was when I started going on a journey to see who was good and who wasn't good. And turns out that I did meet some people that were way better than me. But that was yeah. That I don't know if people know them. It's PKM Vodka, aka Lampadaire. That dude is amazing, Quebec player. And there was also Chester 01. Who also helped me for the advanced how to play. These two guys were amazing. But that's about every like these were the two only guys that were able to beat me, and they were beating me really hard as well.
And so that this was around the time that you started playing Melee as well, yes? Or were you playing Melee earlier than that? It just took you a few years to get to the point where you're like, I need to get beyond my global expansion needs to continue. I need to find people that are not just a 15-minute drive away. I need to get to 2 hours. I need to keep this thing going.
Yeah, that was more melee.
Yeah.
Not Smash. Yeah, not Smash 64. Smash 64 when it came out, I was 12, and when melee came out, I was 14. But when I turned 17, that's where I was like, okay, I need to find people that are 2 hours away from me to 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 get better or something. Because yeah, my region is Gatineau back then, which is near Ottawa. People know more Ottawa than Gatineau, and there were well, there were some. It turned out that some people were good, but I could not find them back in the days. So I was quite alone in my region, and I had to go to Montreal to find some good people. Yeah.
So early Canadian Melee, and you're out there trying to find some good players. And the two people that you named earlier that I'm going to mess the names up of, so you know what, better not try. But you credited both of them in your advanced how to play. So
Jason and Reggie.
yes. So when you've met them and you realize, wait a minute, what are you doing that I'm not? You're moving so much faster than me. Was it that kind of feeling that you had when you first started playing them?
I don't think I was good enough, but they were doing the advanced technique that you're kind of hinting right now. They were doing the advanced technique, but I was not. Like, we were young, and the game was it was new. Okay, it was okay. It wasn't new, but it was new. Okay, because like
Yeah.
the scene like just kept going bigger and bigger and bigger. So like back in 2005, the game was new. Okay, so they were doing the things, but I didn't recognize. But at some point, I was like, wait a second. I remember when I saw the first uh, jump cancel grab from Sheik. I remember my I think it was Reggie who was doing it, and I was like, wait, how are you doing that? Like you're running and you're standing grab. What the fuck is that? And it was like, yeah, it's a jump cancel grab, and I was like, and it's funny because I spent so much time with them, and they never told me anything. Like they were just keeping it for themselves, and they
Oh.
were just beating the shit out of me with advanced technique, and they would never tell me. Like I became super good back in the days. I wasn't very good, but like the gap between them and everyone else in Quebec was so insane. It was like a thousand versus Dragon Ball Z Sengoku versus
Yeah.
Satan. Like it was literally that. But but yeah, like I had to ask the questions myself. I remember that. I was like, what is this and what is it like? It was hard, and yeah, I don't remember what else I I could remember. I don't even remember if I was doing L cancels. I don't even
Mm,
remember that. It's been a while. It's been a while.
sure.
So yeah.
Only 15 plus years ago, but then you're the one asking questions. Is that part of the inspiration for you to say, I I know there's got to be other people out there who ask the same questions as I do, and there seems to be this whole theme of different little techniques that they're not on the manual. You can't find them in the relatively young internet, because this is before Twitter and Facebook and even MySpace was like barely a thing at this point, as I recall. But like social media, that was not a term. People didn't call it the internet social media. So it was Smashboards and maybe like a DC kind of operation of if you wanted to watch
All
Melee,
right.
right?
Yeah.
So like, is that when you say to yourself, I need to like look this kind of stuff up, and if there's somebody's got a list, like I want to contribute to it in some way. Like how did that original inspiration come to you?
Well, that inspiration, it was more a motivation than inspiration because I saw on Smashboard had
Yes.
Quester had the whole thing, and he had a lot of the techniques he wanted to implement in one video, and he was like, "It's true that we have data, we have the we we have the techniques explained somewhere. It was Alpha Zealot's like document or something, but it was all written. And there was no video of anybody doing L cancel and how to explain the L cancel. And there's a reason why there was no video of that still in 2006. And I said it to Alston Melia, and I'm gonna repeat it. It's because it was hard for everybody to put a video on the internet. YouTube didn't exist, and you had to go on Mega Upload and like a bunch of other stuff or other website and upload your video and hope it's gonna stay there as long as possible. That was how putting a video worked back then. And when I made my video, YouTube was still very, very young and not very popular, and people had no idea how long YouTube would stand. And I remember when I posted my advanced how to play, uh, I posted on Mega Upload and like some other places, torrents and stuff, and like YouTube what was the before to last link to my video, because it was somebody told me like, oh, you can also put it on YouTube, and I was like, YouTube, what is that? I don't even know what is that. But okay, it looks like it's another place to upload your video, so I'm just gonna upload it there and hope for the best. Like, okay, it's really funny that how it turned out that like everybody knows what YouTube is, and like it's such a huge place today. But yeah, back then there was no video, and it was really hard to put your video and share your video somewhere. So text was the way to go. AlphaZilla did it. Questo wanted to do it, but he bailed out. He was like, okay, guys, I don't know, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And I decided, okay, yeah, let's do it. I want to do it. I don't know, I don't remember why I wanted to be the one to do it, but it was a project, and it looked nice, it looked interesting, and I told myself, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I wrote it down, and Reggie, who was beating me every now and then on the weekends, answered like, oh, I wanted to do it myself, Wak, fuck you. And I was like, well, sorry. And but I asked for help back then, because my English was like inexistent back then. I was writing down the stuff, but I think I wrote them down in English. Sorry, in French, and he translated in English. That's how bad my English was back then. And he helped me out. But yeah, the motivation was more a thing like to put all these hours into this video than the inspiration, because oh my, it's you need a lot of patience to make a video like that. I think the whole thing was 33 minutes long. It's a lot of editing, and like I had a lot of footage by myself. I wanted to do some footage myself. Like I didn't want to have like Ken doing his Ken combo on somebody in a tournament. I didn't want that footage. I wanted me to use Captain Falcon and do a combo in Final Destination, and
So
that
that was
was
you then with Marth. Like you were comboing the Marth on Final Destination to show off the shuffle.
yeah, exactly. And I missed the El Cancel at the end. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You still got the D.
It wasn't true, and no DI whatsoever. Yeah, and I remember he didn't even have all the techniques I listed in the advanced how to play. It was incomplete back in the days, and Chester, aka Reggie, helped me putting more stuff. He also wanted, and other people also wanted me to put more stuff, such as shine. Well, you can cancel your shine with Fox and Falco, or
Oh, the
you
wave
can do,
shine. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, or well, just canceling your shine with a jump, just like with whatever you can come up with. Um, People were like, yeah, maybe you want to do like, I don't know, Samus's extended grab and stuff. But I was like, no, that's not what I want. I want something very generic. Like, I want every technique that's going to be in this video, I want it to be feasible with all or most characters.
Yes.
So that was the idea behind that video back then.
No, you get the impression watching it that that was the intention behind, because you open up with the SSBM how to play video and you directly translate it into an advanced how to play, because you're saying these are techniques that are going to be useful for almost any character in this game. And like even pivoting, you like there's like an acknowledgement of this is probably going to be useful for these characters, but this is still kind of cool. And you would go out of your way to show it off with like Dr. Mario, like a Dr. Mario pivot forward smash.
Yeah, it was like I really want like I didn't want to emphasis on how good it is with Fox or Falco to shuffle. It's broken, and I didn't want to go that. I didn't want to take that path. I wanted to take like some random characters you would never see again, such as Yoshi and Link and stuff like that, and do the things that you do the techniques. Yeah, that was my idea. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's awesome. I just remember very vividly watching it for the first time because I'm minding my own business on YouTube because I'm like the perfect age for YouTube to start to become a thing, you know, like I'm 10 going on 11 back in 2006. And so I look up Melee stuff, and I had seen a couple of Melee things by then because Melee is a game that I liked playing at the time. I liked playing Smash 64, and we were might not have had rumblings of Brawl just yet, but that was going to happen at E3 2006. But regardless, I was all up in Nintendo. I love Smash. So I found the advanced how to play, and the music selection in the first video, especially the Triforce Major OC remix song, is something that I still listen to this day, and it's because of you, Wak, because I was amazed by how in sync the music was with the actions on the screen. In my brain, I was like, "This is insane!" And so I see you do the Falcon combo on Marth on FD, and I watched it over again and again because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I had not seen anybody do that with Melee before. And then when I saw Perfect Control 2 by Super Doodle Man, this might have been a year or so later when that came out around that time, if I recall correctly. But like it just it continues to like show me Melee is a game that where if you push it, it can take you to like really really awesome places. So you were part of that because when I see your advanced techniques that you're showing off, and then I see PC Chris versus Ken, and then later on other great matches throughout Melee's history, I can follow along because of the foundations of the the 3 videos that you made.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked that song. I liked it too. And but all these songs I put in my video are the reason also why I never made a penny with these videos because of
Yep.
the copyrights.
Oof.
It was it was like it wasn't how would I say that, like it was okay back then to put random songs on your videos. Everybody was doing that. I mean, okay, I was mostly a stadium player back then. Home run contests mostly. I was top 4 worldwide back then. Home run contest mainly, and when somebody was showing a video of him playing stadium, it was always with some badass music,
Oh yeah.
Led Zeppelin
Yeah.
or like Metallica, you name it. It was always with something super good, and it was also hard to like. I wish Shazam existed back then because like it was almost as fun to download this video and watch what he was doing as listening to the song he put on the, like everybody was suddenly a DJ like back then, and you were putting some music into your video, and you let the people enjoy. But yeah, that got cost me the copyright of my own video.
It's tough because they have since like the part 1 has over 700,000 views.
Mhm.
That'd be
at,
nice.
at, at least $5 worth of watching.
Yeah, that's
At
something.
least.
That would be nice, YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I made that $5.
You know, when I think about the YouTube meta, how for a little while everybody was using copyrighted music and everything was right with the world. Maybe nobody was really making money, but it wasn't until I would say until about 2010 that I first heard about monetization. And then a few years later, I started hearing the word content creator getting thrown around. And now we've actually gotten to the point where nobody bothers with copyrighted music unless it's like a corporate big conglomerate company. It's actually just people like Alston Melee will find someone who produces their own music and just, throw them a few bucks or more or whatever to use original music. And so in a weird way, it's almost as if like the stuff like Back in Black by AC/DC, you don't even want to bother with it. It just sort of starts to disappear because we're all using either copyright free music or friends' music that has been produced for us to use.
Yeah, definitely. You want to go that way. It's like I learned it the hard way, and I don't know if people learn it the hard way too, but I did, and it really sucks. It really sucks. But yeah, now copyright free music is really easy. Okay, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm making a video right now. Okay, and I was wondering uh, if I put some Mario 64 music on it, is it copyrighted?
There is a resource that I found somewhat recently where you are supposed to be able to check whether or not music is going to get filtered into the YouTube copyright system. So I will find that
Really?
link and share it with you.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, bismuthnine. Do you know about bismuthnine on YouTube?
I do not.
He's making awesome videos. Recently, he's doing videos about the history of Super Mario 64 with like the less amount of A presses. Have you seen that?
No, but this is sort of reminding me the thing that I see when it comes to Super Mario 64 are the speedruns by Armada, because that's what he streams nowadays, post Melee playing, and also the summoningsalt videos on like the history of speedruns in Mario 64. But I think a lot of people know summoningsalt in the videos that he makes.
Yeah, summoningsalt talks a lot about bismuthnine, and bismuthnine talks a lot about summoningsalt in their videos. They both kind of hate each other. I don't know what's going on. It's either hating or like loving a bit too much. I don't know what's going on. Like they love to point out the mistake of the other one in their own video.
How about that? So I
Yeah.
must not have been paying enough attention then. I'll check out Bismuth because I don't need to have an affiliation to Summoning Salt. He hasn't been on my podcast.
I wish summoningsalt was on your podcast, man. He's quite big, honestly.
I mean, look, I'm down to have anybody. Well, I'm down to have almost anybody on because I love talking to people about how they pass through and live around and within Melee. And so even if it's somebody who made an awesome video series 15 years ago and isn't super competitive within Melee anymore, you still have Melee in your life to a little degree. There's still people like me who come out of the woodworks and are like, Whack, you made this awesome video series. That was so cool. Thanks. And
Yeah,
it's fun to have those kind of conversations and talk to big people too, like the big names. But it's great to talk to just about anybody about Melee.
yeah, it's great to be at the bottom of the mountain, man. People talk too much about the top of the mountain. People only see the top of the mountain, and I really like the idea of the bottom of the mountain because it kind of shed a light on something about Melee that had to be addressed. Is that the top of the mountain is not representative of like the whole mountain, and yeah, that's something I realized when I saw your your name, and I was like, yeah, people like when people argue over Melee. Fox is better than Falco. Falco is better than you know the usual conversation. It always comes out to yeah, but you know in 2015 when Mewtwo King went on PPND and you're like, dude, you're not talking Melee right now. You're talking two specific people in like in a super specific situation. You're not talking Melee. You're not talking statistics. You're not talking about the fact that half the player base that goes to a tournament are Fox players, and probably like in a 3-day tournament, the first day is probably like 50-50 Fox players and not Fox players,
Mm-hmm.
and then day two it's probably about like I don't know, but I wish I knew what is the statistics. Well, I'm calling on a like 70% Fox players or something, because Fox players tend to win. I don't know why, but whenever I watch a day two tournament, it's always like None versus a Fox player, Mewtwo King versus a Fox player, Axes versus a Fox player versus a Fox player, Hugs versus a Fox player. It's Fox, 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 Fox. Every time I watch a day two tournament, it's only Fox. I'm like, where do they all come from? I don't know. I don't know. Like it's like the game is it's like you have this character screen and there's like this one character. It's like that. Day two tournaments. I've seen that way too often. It's like Fox, but then day three arrives and like you have your top eight, and you have like Axe, Nun, Mango, Hungrybox. Like you know the like all of a sudden like you have 8 different characters.
It's
So yeah,
beautiful. No, the
yeah.
bottom of the Smash Mountain thing also kind of alludes back to your desire to see like a smaller streamer. Like I like the idea of like the big people. They get a lot of attention and they can take care of themselves for the most part. But I think that anybody who passes through Melee in some capacity, like ultimately experiences or even contributes to it in a way that's unique. It's a canvas, if you will. So that's you kind of nailed it on the head there. In regards to character selection, and I think what you appreciate is seeing a little bit of variety. I think that having Zane, who plays exclusively Marth, has been such a great thing to see over the past couple of years because he'll play, like I said, he won't play a different character for a different matchup. He will play Marth against Puff, he'll play Marth against Fox and Falco, he'll play Marth against Samus, and or like he'll play occasionally he'll play as Roy in an online tournament or something against even higher tier characters and still end up winning because Zane is that good of a player, right? But it's great to see because Zane tends to take a lot of the spacies out of the way, and then in top 8, you know, there's not quite as many of them because some of them had to get moved down to the losers bracket and drown there because Zane's just tearing a hole through the winner side.
Zane is such a tank, dude. Right now, Zane is. I can't wait to have more LAN events because it's you 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 can say whatever you want. It's not the same thing, even though it looks really the same in you know, with Sleepy online and stuff. Rollback, it's not exactly the same. I feel like Hungrybox has like his results online and his results offline are like off the chart. I'm not even sure Hungrybox will be top 50 online, but like when he comes offline, like you can bet he's in the top 4 every single tournament. Like he had his troubles with some people. I don't even remember their name offline. But it's funny because Zane seems really good, like offline and offline, online and offline, or anything. He's the tank that that Armada once was. I think like at some point, I don't know if you remember, but the Armada was like, you know, that guy was in semifinals of every tournament, at least semifinals of every winners semis, not losing anything. And right now it's Zane's turn, and I mean, who can beat Zane today? I feel like the only answer to Zane is the guy that plays a lot Zane right now, or well, he played quite some matches against Zane. I mean, Mango. I think Mango was trying to download Zane for the tournaments. He
Yes.
wants to know more. He wants to know more because I think at some point Mango was like 0 out of 11 against Zane at some point.
Yeah,
So
when they
like
play their online friendlies with each other, I mean, Mango will just try to play as Falco and it won't go well. Switch to Fox, it won't go well. And I think that what Zane will continue to do moving forward, something that I've thought of is after they're set at Summit 11 in July when Mango won 2 games on Final Destination as Fox against Zane, and that was a
oh
big deal. But after having gone through that, I think Zane is going to be more ready for a really big moment like that. We have the next summit coming up here soon in December. I don't know how familiar you are with like big tournaments coming up, but Summit 12 is coming up here, and Zane and Mango will be there again. I, of course, don't know for a fact that they will be at grand finals together again, but if that happens, I think it'll be different this time around because I think Zane will be more used to the moment because he's already been there once and he still wants it just as bad, if not more, and that it'll go in Zane's favor in the next rematch. But it's like they say, you can't count the kid out. Mango will just take expectations and throw them out the window, make things that are not possible all of a sudden possible because it's what you're seeing on the screen. I mean, did you see the all-time top 100 rankings this past week?
I haven't. I need to see it. I'm kind of still watching Melee. I watch a lot of None. When he streams Melee, I do watch it.
I can see you,
Can
and
you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, but then you sort of froze, and I couldn't hear you for a little bit there. Can you talk about
Yeah,
how None is basically the one of the craziest Falcons to ever do it, kind of a thing?
bro, craziest period, dude. He's this guy is mental. I love it. Like, and it's funny because every time he plays against somebody, he's like, dude, that guy is so like uncreative. Like he blames everyone else to be uncreative, but like you can't ask anyone to be as creative as you. None. That's the thing. Like you're out of this world, dude. Like it's he's insane, dude. Like I suggest anybody to go watch his stream because honestly he's just crazy. Like doing friendlies and bodying the shit out of people online on unranked. Yeah, he also listens to the song you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's funny because I mentioned him and he was like, "Yeah, it's because of your video too." So same as you, he listens to this song because of the advanced how to play.
None has great
Quite funny.
music selections on his screen. And yeah, I was gonna say I felt like I remembered hearing at some point None credits one of his early beginnings to watching the advanced how to play.
Yeah, he loved my Young Link back then. He watched my combo video of Young Link and he was like amazed.
Let's go.
I'm glad at some point none has been amazed by me. I was just like throwing stuff and then finishing with a down air. It was the idea like boomerang down air all within a combo, and that was pretty much all I was doing. And some edge guards and 2006 stuff, man.
Exactly, but there's no shame in it. I mean, one of the things that I remember seeing as I was watching your videos in advance of this, the advanced how to plays was like, doing the I don't even remember what you called it. It's a ledge dash. They call it a ledge dash now, but you're saying in the video one of the uses of this is that if you do it fast enough from the ledge where you let go of the ledge, then wave dash back onto the stage, you'll actually still have invincibility frames, and this can be useful in some scenarios. Turns out, not only is it useful in some scenarios, it's a necessity nowadays for especially the Spacies players, but anybody who can actually benefit from it, like Pikachu or Sheik or Falcon. Use your ledge dash, use the invincibility frames that you have from holding onto the
Really
ledge
broken. It's
and
really broken.
moving. Well, yeah. But like for when you think about the idea of entering in Genesis 8 next January, or entering in the big house, or since you're up in, or I'm assuming you're still up in Quebec area, entering in Get on My Level 2021 perhaps, like, do you feel like, you know what, I don't even want to do that. I don't want to enter an event where everybody's ledge dashing and doing perfect shine out of shields. Like, I don't want to do that. Or what are your thoughts about competing in a modern era of Melee?
I still play some melee competitively in my area, but I kind of stopped because it's I've had my fair share of melee, I would say, and it's been such a love-hate relationship for so long,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
for
but
so long. Like most of my sessions, melee sessions, nowadays, like it became worse and worse and worse over time. But it's like, I love the game, but then like, I don't know, at some point I'm like, I kind of hate it because sometimes it's jank, and or some interaction I really don't agree with and stuff, and I'm just becoming more and more salty. Okay, I'm gonna admit it. I'm becoming more and more salty, and I did a tournament back in August, and I finished like ninth, and I was so drunk, dude. I was so drunk. It was in a bar, so I had the right to be drunk, but yeah, it was back in the days, like let's say 2012, when I moved to Montreal. I decided I would be more into the competitive scene, because I was finally in a region where people were playing melee. So okay, it was my chance, and I quickly climbed the ladder of the PR, and I became at some point seventh, and seventh was the best I could do back in the days, because it was like top six and better, where the big guys, the big international guys, including V-Wins. Yeah, I don't know if you know about V-Wins. Kage,
oh,
you
yep,
know about
Kage.
Kage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kage. Yeah, Kage was out there as well. Bam and Chester, PKM Vodka, and Diakonos. I don't know if you know about Diakonos, but yeah, I became the best of the worst, and I was like happy with that. I kind of stopped because of that. Also, the scene was kind of dying, but now people are getting way better, and especially here, I'm a POF player, and I'm really not the only one POF player out there in Quebec. There's actually another guy called Legend, who's also a POF player, and had over time a really much better result with Jigglypuff, and so he kind of teached everyone here how to play against Jigglypuff. So I'm the lower player with a worse buff, and people are like, okay, now I know how to play against buff, because I was kind of sailing on the fact that I was the only puff out there as well. So I had an edge, and people had no idea how to beat puff. So but yeah, it changed, and now I'm not as good. But yeah, it's not as fun as it once was. Honestly, I kind of just play for the social nowadays. If I manage to like get my saltiness over, and just like try to play just to play.
And so then the final topic of discussion then would be about the future of WAC and where you go from here. There was a little bit of a tease, and also Melee probably took a few liberties in this, but seemed to be really, really leaning into the idea of you producing more advanced how to play type content for Melee. And as far as I'm aware, at least on your Wak017 channel on YouTube, I don't think I saw that, but what would you do besides that, or what are some things that you work on now? We also were, before we started officially recording, we were talking about how you like to play Rocket League. I almost called it Rocket City. It's Rocket League.
Like it's
Excuse me.
silly. Yeah. So yeah, nowadays I'm not okay. I had a plan on making a continuation of the advanced how to play. I made a list of, I think, like 51 advanced technique,
So
because
many.
yeah, and it was also including character specific things, such as like the Samus's grappling and stuff. So like it came big really quick. There's also a lot of techniques that I'm pretty sure nobody ever mentioned that in a video ever, like such as the wiggling to get out of like you get your knockback out, and so you just wiggle left and right to get back into like the normal stance. I don't know what's the word. So this kind of technique, I'm pretty sure nobody ever talked about it or something like that. So I have this document. I can share it with anyone who has an idea of continuing this idea. Right, like as of today, there's a lot of help and resources on YouTube.
SSBM tutorials, shout outs.
Yeah, SSBM tutorials such as this. So yeah, when I had this interview with Alston Mealy, I had this in mind, but then things changed a lot. I actually I moved with my girlfriend from the time, but then we left each other. So like when we left each other, I had other things in mind. I was like, I'm not gonna make a video. Like I want to do something else. So yeah, all that's being done about the new advanced how to play is the document. I think somebody called Twitch's Web wanted to get in touch with me, probably to talk about this document, the new advanced how to play or something. Maybe he wants some, like, I don't know. Maybe he wants to take the opportunity to make it. I can help. I can be like helpful. But I don't think I'm gonna ever do that video. I don't plan on doing that. I right now I'm playing. I'm not only planning but also doing a video about the definition of a glitch, because this goddamn word, dude, people use it freely, like it's nothing. Oh, a glitch! I found a glitch, and like they have nobody has any idea what the fucking glitch is, and I hate that. And I'm like, stop calling that a glitch. Even practical tasks like this week or like last week, he uploaded a video, and it was about Jigglypuff. Like the thumbnail was Jigglypuff, and it was written glitch on the thumbnail, and it's not even a glitch. If you listen to the 25 minutes video he uploaded, it's not even a glitch.
Oh, you're talking about the history of break the targets getting below the sub 3-minute goal. Yeah,
exactly.
For the record, it's a great video. But what specifically is not a glitch?
Because you're gonna watch my video and understand.
Okay, yes, that's what I'm gonna do. On the
Exactly.
On the Wak017 YouTube channel.
No, on my other channel, on my Wak017 channel.
Okay.
WAK.
In the description of the link below and such.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm working on that. I asked Patty from Alston Mealy to do the narrative, because I have an accent, so I didn't want to talk, to be the one to talk. He did a great job. I finished like all the editing, removing the silence and everything. But now I have to fill the video with like charts and explanations, and arrows pointing at stuff. And I have to do all of that. There's going to be a blooper at the end of it, because
it takes
Patty.
time.
Yeah, it takes quite some time. Patty at the end, he was like, he wanted to like say hi to everybody from himself, at the end of his narrative, the video not the video, but the audio he sent me. So I'm gonna keep it, but he kind of failed at the end of it. He kind of felt like he was like, oh, you can put that in your video if you wish to. Hey guys, I'm Patty. Oh, why am I doing this? Okay, no, never mind. Right? He ends the video, right? But I'm gonna put it in the video.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For as well spoken as Patty is, like all of us, always improving, always improving.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, beside that, playing video games, and I'm also creating a video game right now, but that's for like another year, maybe another like 2 or 3 years, making a video game. Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, I hope that works out for you. There's a couple of, the person Kira who runs the SSBM tutorials YouTube channels making a game. There was that one game that got announced over the weekend that's supposed to be like a roguelike, but with melee mechanics. And what's it called? Oh no.
Oh shit.
I feel so sorry for the person who worked really hard to make this independent game and get a Kickstarter going. And now I can't even remember the name of it. Hold on. Let me scroll back here. It's one of my YouTube videos. If I just scroll back far enough. Recursor. It's called Recursor for anybody who wants to know. Just look that up on Twitter and that'll come up with a bunch of melee people saying, go look at Recursor. So there you have it. But
interesting.
The point is that for you get to take all of the video games that you've played and you played enough of them to sort of have an idea of, I want to have this imprint onto something that I make, which is really cool. So I hope that works out for you. And
you got it.
And to define a glitch, looking forward to that being on your Wak017 YouTube channel. So that'll be in the link below. And then I guess other than giving a shout out to Twitch's Web, who seems to be everywhere. Shout out.
He's everywhere. Yeah, yes. Yeah, you know him, right? I said his name, and you know who I'm talking about, though.
He's on like every episode of Radio Melee when they have people who call in to talk to Toph and PPMD. Twitch's Web is there. Beautiful voice.
Yeah, but he said that like I mean maybe 4 months ago. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he put that on the hold. But yeah. No, he said he wanted to get in touch with me.
Twitch's Web seems to be involved in a lot of projects, so that doesn't surprise me like that he wants to help, but then also following up. I mean, it is tough. It's tough. There's a lot of things going on. But for now, to sort of wrap up now that we've gotten through everything, I mean, we've talked about where the people can find you, but I guess the last question that I would have is, when you think about the next big Melee event, what is something that you look forward to seeing when you think of the next big Melee event coming up? If that's Summit 12 or Genesis 8 in January, what do you think of?
I love summits. They're amazing. They're making sketches. It's always amazing.
No more Yangling.
What?
No more Yangling. Hungrybox is convulsing on the floor. No more Yangling, and is yelling. And Axe is standing over Hungrybox with Yangling, and it's just like, I miss this. Did you not see that one?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Okay, I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, I don't remember which one was the best, but like Mango winning his VR, and like in the VR he's getting his ass handled by like Armada in a wrestling match.
That's great.
He's like, why do I have to be like the loser every time? And like he puts his helmet off, and Armada is at the door, and he's like, Armada shredded as fuck in the VR video game. It was really funny. Like the sketches are amazing at Smash Summit. I kind of wish I could attend a Smash Summit one day. That would be like my kid with cancer wish.
Yes, the Make-A-Wish, Make-A-Wish, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What
about the VIP passes? I mean, Husband, an old school Melee player from MDVA, Husband went to the last Smash Summit. He bought a VIP pass.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Husband, yeah, but Husband is like, I mean, come on, dude. Husband is like...
What are you talking about?
Such a legend. Yeah, he's such a legend.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Well,
But okay, how much is the VIP pass, and how much people can buy it?
Oh, yeah. They had 35 passes. It went on sale today, so I'm assuming that it's already sold out, and I'm sure they're at least $1,000, because that's what they were for Summit 11. They were $1,000 for Summit 11.
No way, dude.
Yes way.
No way. You're not telling me that there's a chance of me going to Smash Summit?
There is definitely a chance. You just have to spend that much money. It is a lot, but
dude, I'm a Make-A-Wish child. I want that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm not paying for you to go.
No, of course not. I'm gonna pay for myself, but like,
So
it's gonna be a dream for me.
So this is how you stay up to date with all of that, right? The Beyond the Summit, they call it Beyond the Smash Twitter page, BTS Smash, at BTS Smash. When Summit season comes back around for Summit 13, you basically just spam follow and like Twitter notifications on. And then when they say VIP passes go on sale on this day at this time, you go on their page right before it drops and you spam all the buttons that you need to, because people buy it just like that.
You're gonna show me with pictures
Yes,
afterwards
yes,
on
yes.
Discord.
Yes, I will. I will
Perfect.
get that info to you also.
Oh
So
my god.
the
Dude,
VIP pass, yes, you have to jump on it really fast because
dude,
people
this is
people want to be
amazing.
part of history. I was able to speak to somebody, Echo Storm. Shout outs to Echo Storm. He was at Summit 11 as a VIP. He bought the VIP pass. He flew out to California, and he got to see Mango go on that losers run to beat Zayn in grand finals, and he was there with everybody else. And I'm like, I'm
bro,
so
bro,
jealous of
bro,
that.
bro. Every Smash Summit is legendary to
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
It's
Yes. They're
amazing.
all
It's
really
amazing.
good.
Like it was already good even if Armada was like the winner of all of them back then. But now that like there's a bit of shuffling in who's gonna be the winner, it's even more amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna book myself already for okay. So when is Smash Summit?
So the one that's about to happen is December. Summit 13, I guess they put out the dates for, but I don't remember them. I don't think that far for the summit events anyway.
Yeah, but like, is there? I know. Back then, there was a smaller one and a bigger one, Smash Summit. Like the summer one was just some sort of a interlude, uh, in the year, and the winter one was the big one. Is it still that way?
No, they're all pretty much big now. I mean,
They're all pretty much big. Okay,
yeah,
so
everybody's making a big fuss and hullabaloo about trying to get to the winter one, right? That's coming up in a few weeks in December. I mean, everybody's going ham, trying to get voted in, as like a player to get voted into Summit, and then
mm,
the people trying to
mhm.
sweep up the VIP passes. I mean, it is a whole thing.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna try to get in touch with a bit more with the BTS Smash the Summit and try to get my way to one summit just to say that at least I went to one and because that's a dream. That's honestly a dream to go to one Smash Summit.
Well, the way that you make it happen is through the same way that you've done all the other cool things that you've done around Melee, which is just to simply jump in and start working at it. It doesn't all happen right away. Nobody really gets to see all the climbing to get to the summit, but once you're there, it must be pretty cool feeling.
No, but I'm gonna. Okay, you're talking about VIP passes that you just pay for it and then you get there, right?
Well, yeah, sure, but that involves a lot of work too nowadays. People buy them up so quickly, whack. They buy them up so quickly. It's
Okay,
already sold out.
yeah, but it's more feasible than me working my ass to get top 8 worldwide and then
That's true.
yeah, that exactly. So like that's a bit easier than just buying the tickets.
That's true. But it is like it's one of those like really exclusive. Like if there was a top artist like I don't know, like Bruno Mars or Lady
Mm.
Gaga or whoever, like selling tickets to 35 people, and anyone from the world could hop in as soon as they go on sale.
They're
Obviously,
gone. They're
yeah,
gone.
so that's what I'm trying to describe. It'll be tough, but
They're
I'm
gone.
not.
Okay, okay. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
Yeah.
make it sound like they're very accessible. They're very accessible things to get a hold of, but you can if you are fast enough, and I think you can manage that.
I don't know if I can get in touch with the people out there, like maybe somebody who's in charge. Like back then, Hacks Money, well, probably is still in charge of the box selling the boxes.
Yeah,
The
selling of the
the big
boxes.
controller. Yeah, they were out of stock at some point, but I really wanted a box, and so when I hopped in the Discord server, Hacks Money was like, "Is this whack?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I would like a box." And he was like, "We're out of stock," and I was like, "Do you still have something?" Or he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I got some for you anyway." Maybe it's gonna work that way too.
Well, we'll see. All I know is that I, for myself, don't think I know of any back way to get into a summit. All I know is the the honest, good old fashioned, just buy your way in, baby. Like that's all I know. So good luck to you, Wak, and thank you so
Thanks
much
a
for
lot.
joining me on Bottom of Smash Mountain.
It was really fun. So, hey man, have a good evening and have a good week.
Yes, you as well. So